You too. What's good, your boy? Everything water and water is everything. My familiar. I got for you guys a very fun, insane, infinite super solar hunter build, man. We're gonna be combining the Shards of Galanor with the Dragon's Breath, and when I tell you the damage and the super energy regen is gonna be insane, it's gonna be insane. So if you like this type of video, man, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to post every single day starting from today until new DLC comes out. Your boy probably will be streaming, hopefully, most likely. But yeah, let's get straight in this video. Starting off with this video, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite exotics that got better this season of the Wish, the Shards of Galanor. Now, the Shards of Galanor is an exotic that throwing knife final blows decrease the cooldown of your super hits, and final blows with Blade Barrage will return super energy after super ends. So that's really cool, because before it was more you need to get more final blows in order to get super energy, but now as long as you hit multiple targets, because I realized even just hitting against the boss, you do get probably about like 35% of your super, maybe 40, but if you hit multiple targets, I think you get like half. That's what it looks like in my opinion. This is a really good exotic, just being able to spam your super, spam it, and like being able to hit enemies, not even getting final blows, and being able to get 35 to 50% of your super is so fun. And you do damage too, being able to spam these. You're probably going to be getting your super like every single boss phase. You know, you get your super every single boss phase you're in. If you're doing a helm, if you're doing onslaught, you're just gonna constantly have your super every time, because of one of our exotic weapons we're gonna be using, which we're gonna be talking about right now. Weapon we're gonna be using is the Dragon's Breath. Now, the Dragon Breath to me is one of top 5 best weapons in the game right now. Not just because of its damage, which does insane damage, but it's because of its reserves, its super energy regen, and just its crowd control. Because once you shoot this rocket on the ground, it's gonna the blast radius is insane. You know, it's really crazy. You're gonna explode everything around you is gonna ignite. It's gonna do scorch is gonna get back your ability dodge with one of our fragments we're gonna be using. Scorch is gonna get you your super back. You're gonna get your super back so quick, at the same time doing damage. It's so hard for, and then it has a lot of reserves. There's not a lot of heavy exotics that do damage, crowd control, and you have a lot of reserves. It's insane how good this is, and it came out literally in this season. And like I said, it's one of the best. To me, it's the best, most versatile heavy in the game, because of those 3 perks that you need. The reserves is crazy, the damage is crazy, and the super regen is crazy. So if you're not using this exotic right now because it's meta, you need to use this rocket, man. I'm telling you guys. But now we're gonna get into the build. For the build, obviously our super, we're going to be using Blade Barrage, because that's just only super you need for Shards of Galanor. We're going to be using Gambler's Dodge. You want to be able to reload your melee as fast as possible. And then Healing Grenade, for me, depending on your content, I honestly say Healing Grenade or maybe Swarm Grenade. Those are pretty good. If you want to use Incendiary Grenade, that's still fine too. It works both ways. For our aspect, we're going to be using Knock 'em Down, and we're also going to be using On Your Mark. We want to get as much fragment space as possible. You don't need the Gunpowder Gamble, because we're going to be spamming super, and the Dragon's Breath is going to already be doing a lot of the ignitions. Now going to our fragment. Ember of Torches, powered melee attacks against bandits make you and nearby allies radiant. This is good because if you were your fire team, once you do your dodge, you get your melee back, which Gambler's Dodge. You get your knife trick back because of Knock 'em Down, and then boom, you're gonna constantly be spamming this. And then on to add that on, just to be able to have infinite like melee and dodge class here, we're gonna be using Ember of Singeing. Your class ability recharge faster when you scorch enemy. The Dragon's Breath is going to be scorching enemies. A lot of things are going to be scorching enemies. It's going to be so crazy. We're also going to be using Ember of Emperon. Solar weapon ability, final blows extends the duration of your restoration and radiant. This is very, very important. Always have this fragment. You want to be able to keep radiant and be able to heal as much as possible. We're also going to use Ember of Beams. This is more of just giving you a more accurate shot when you use your super, because normally it just hits everywhere. But if you want to hit more of the bosses, the heavier bosses more, you can literally target them more. It will still hit everybody, but it will give you that main target that you need. And last but not least, we got Ember of Mercy. We have two different ways to grant restoration. We're gonna have our healing grenade, and we're gonna have this fragment. Basically, when you revive an ally, you and nearby allies gain restoration. That's good. And if you also playing solo, picking up fire sprites grants restoration. And you already know the dragon breaths creates a lot of fire sprites after creating final blows. So you're gonna have at least 4, maybe 3 to 5, I would say, at fire sprites, and that's gonna give you 2 seconds of restoration. So that's gonna be really good too. So always keep that in mind. But yeah, that's it for this build, man. And let's get into the stats. Now for our stats, you want to max out resilience and you want to max out intellect. For me, I want to get my super as much as possible, and I want to be, you know, tankier as possible. And then honestly, me personally, I will go more mobility. But because of Ember of Singeing, you don't really need too much of your mobility to get your dodge, because you're gonna get it because you're gonna be scorching everything. But discipline, you want to get your healing grenade, especially if you're doing onslaught. You're doing that high end 1810, even in the helm 1770. Those are really like mid to high tier levels going towards end game, you know, levels of gameplay. So you want to be able to get your healing grenade as much as possible, because sometimes your dragon's breath is not going to do as much damage depending on what content you're doing and levels to it, you know. So that's really good. Then you want to go recovery. You wouldn't be able to recover fast while healing and stuff like that. Now going into our mods, you can screenshot this. Don't want to get too much into it for this build, man. If you like this video, man, please leave a like and subscribe. Wish your boy everything water, and water is everything my familiar. The dim link will be under the description. I'm out.